Hello, good day. I am Harise Gadingan, and I will be presenting to you the result of my thesis, which is the Iloko vocabulary skills of grade 3 learners, basis of a vocabulary enrichment material. The objective of this study is number one, to determine the Iloko vocabulary skills of grade 3 learners along definition, contextual clues, and direct translation. Second, to determine the level of factors affecting Iloko vocabulary skill or learning styles, parental involvement, and learning materials. And for the third one, to craft a vocabulary enrichment material to improve more the Iloko vocabulary skills of grade 3 learners. With the aim to enhance and improve the quality of education in the country, the Department of Education crafted and adopted a new education system, which is the Basic Education K-12 curriculum. The adoption of the said curriculum introduces the usage of mother tongue as a subject and as a medium of instructions to subjects, particularly in kindergarten and grades 1 to 3. According to the studies, the use of mother tongue as medium of instruction may easily help learners to read, improve vocabulary, and even understand concepts of the lessons. Time witnessed the implementation of such changes in our education system. Having said that, does the adoption of the mother tongue in our education system met the expected outcome? Does it improve the quality of education? If it is yes, does it reflect the kind of learners the teacher are producing right now? Are our learners have enough vocabulary that aid them in understanding learning concept? For the paradigm of this study, I use the input, process, and output, wherein in the input, I consider the profile of the respondents in terms of age, gender, number of family members, ethnicity, parents' educational attainment, and parents' occupation. For the process, I included the level of Iloko vocabulary skills of the learners, level of factors affecting the vocabulary skills, and formulation of the vocabulary enrichment material in Iloko language, and I also went for the validation of vocabulary enrichment material. And for the output, we have the vocabulary enrichment material in Iloko language. This study sought to answer the following question. First, what is the profile of the respondents? Second, what is the level of Iloko vocabulary skill of grade 3 learners along definition, contextual clues, and direct translation? Third, what is the level of factors affecting Iloko vocabulary skill on learning styles, parental involvement, and learning materials? And four, is there a significant relationship between the profile of the respondents and the level of Iloko vocabulary skills of grade 3 learners? For the fifth, is there a significant relationship between the level of Iloko vocabulary skills of grade 3 learners and the level of factors affecting the vocabulary skills? For sixth, what vocabulary enrichment material can be crafted to improve the Iloko vocabulary skills? And for the seventh, what is the level of validity of the proposed vocabulary enrichment material? Let us now proceed to the result and discussion. First, what is the profile of the respondents? For the findings, majority of the respondents are 9 years old. Male learners dominated the total number of the respondents. About 72.06% of the respondents are from a family with 2 to 5 members. All are, all are Ilocano. 20 of the respondent fathers are farmers and mostly are high school graduates. 29 of the respondents' mothers are housewives or don't have work and mostly are high school graduates. So therefore, we can conclude that male learners dominated the population of the grade 3 learners respondents, where almost half were aged 9 years old and belong to a family with 2 to 5 members and all are Ilocano. For the second question, what is the level of Iloko vocabulary skills on grade 3 learners along definition, contextual clues, and direct translation? The following are the computed mean. For the definition, we have 6.91, which means highly proficient. For contextual clues, we have 6.79, which is also highly proficient. And for the translation, we have 7.19, which means it is also highly proficient. As to the conclusion, grade 3 learners show high proficiency along definition, contextual clues, and direct translation. Therefore, we can recommend that grade 3 learners may continue to enrich the Iloko vocabulary skills and for better understanding of the language. Let's have the third question. What is the level of factors affecting the Iloko vocabulary skills on learning style, parental involvement, and learning materials? The following are the computed mean. Under the learning styles rather, about 3.82%, which means it is much evident. For parental involvement, we have 3.99, which is much evident also. For the learning materials, we only have 2.54, which means it is only slight evident. So therefore, we can conclude that factors that affect the Iloko vocabulary skills on learning styles and parental involvement are both evident. As to the recommendation, learners must be exposed and be given opportunity to study further the language, and creation of more learning materials on Iloko language must be done since it is only slightly evident. Let's have now the fourth question. Is there significant relationship between the profile of the respondents and the level of Iloko vocabulary skills of the grade 3 learners? For the findings, there is a significant relationship between the profile of the respondents and the level of Iloko vocabulary skills of grade 3 learners in terms only on the mother's occupation and educational attainment. Therefore, we can say that mother's occupation and educational attainment caused significant relationship that affected the Iloko vocabulary skills of grade 3 learners in terms of definition. This means that the mothers have more time dealing with their children. So as to the recommendation, there must be active participation of the parents and it must be continued. For the fifth question, is there significant relationship between the level of Iloko vocabulary skills of grade 3 learners and the level of factors affecting the vocabulary skills? For the finding, learning styles and parental involvement affected significantly all the dimensions considered. However, for learning materials, significantly affected the definition dimension only. So therefore, we can conclude that the level of Iloko vocabulary skill along definition, context clues, and direct translation, and the level of factors affecting the vocabulary skills along learning styles, parental involvement, have significant relationship, whereas there is a significant relationship on learning materials and in definition part only. Therefore, as to the recommendation, learning styles must be considered to motivate the learners and ensure learnings. Moreover, parental involvement must continue and strengthen further. Thus, more development of learning materials must be done. For question number 6, What vocabulary enrichment material can be crafted to improve the Iloko vocabulary skills? So I created the Aramaten Apanang Pabaknang ti Bokabularyo ti Iloko, or material to use to improve the vocabulary in Iloko. So in the said vocabulary enrichment material, I made 3 lessons. So we have lection 1 or lesson 1, Dagiti Balikas Ken Kay Papananda, or in English, the words and its definition. And for lesson 2 or lection 2, we have Dagiti Balikas Ken Panakausar Iti Patang, or the words and how it is used in sentence, which focuses in contextual clues. And for lection 3 or lesson 3, Katukad ti Filipino ken English, or the translation in Filipino and English language, which focuses on the translation. In the said vocabulary enrichment material, I gave the definition and then I used it in sentences, and also I put pictures to make it more attractive and for the learners to easily understand the said material. In the last part, I created the tingi-tingin part, or which means in English the evaluation, that is to assess the learners if they really understood the said vocabulary enrichment material. For question number 7, what is the level of validity of the proposed vocabulary enrichment material? The findings said that the computed mean of 4.79, which means very high, on the validity of the vocabulary enrichment material. So therefore, we can conclude that a vocabulary enrichment material in Ilocos language supplements the knowledge and skill of the grade 3 learners and help them in vocabulary development. As to the recommendation, the developed Ilocos vocabulary enrichment material can be used, and amendments can be done if needed, and it depends upon the kinds of learners a teacher may have. And that ends my presentation regarding my study, the local vocabulary skills of grade 3 learners, basis for an enrichment material. Thank you and good day.